Give us a
Well, I have to confess, I didn't actually give birth to all 5 of those. But the 25 and the 5-year-old are my birth children. That is their gap for real. I have 2 stepsons. Anyway, thank you, Luther. I knew you would take a long time, so I didn't have to actually speak as much as and I think we do need like a little clicker or something. So I thought about what to share with you guys. You know, I do workshops, so I could talk about credit. My workshops are actually for 2 hours long. So what I thought I would do today is not give away so much free information, so all of you would have to actually come and pay me, right, for my consultations. So what I'm going to do is just talk to you more about our organization. And of course, anytime you have any questions about credit, you all can ask. But that's a little hard to do in 5 or 10 minutes, to be honest with you. All right, so let me tell you about who we are. As read in the bio, we're committed to guiding consumers on the road to better credit profile. At the end of the day, I want to make sure that we are impacting generations by educating folks and really changing the world one score at a time. Sorry, you won't have it back to you. Okay, our mission, again, is to change generations by educating. We also make sure that we share with people access to network professionals, such as everyone in this room. It is very important when people come to me. They may come to me thinking they have a credit issue or credit repair issue, but at the end of the day, they really have a bigger issue. And so I'm really proud to be able to share with them a number of other resources. As he said, we're a certified member of the National Association of Credit Business Services and then a member of some other things as well. How do we help our clients? Well, we start off with a free consultation. So everyone that comes to me, I will impart some information for them. As I tell people, hopefully you're better off after you've spoken to me than you were before you called. Whether or not they're actually eligible for our program, we take the time to actually review their credit report and at least give them some guidance on some things to do. If they are eligible for our program, which quite honestly, just so you all to know as my sales team, everyone is eligible. So when I use that word, because everyone can learn more about how to manage their credit, right? So every client that comes to me can at least become a consulting client. But then we have certain personal programs, so whether or not we need to do different activities with them, that will determine if I think it's worth it. So to give you a better idea of that, let's say someone comes to me and they have one collection and no credit. Well, I'm not going to necessarily put them in our full program. I'm going to just tell them, look, go out and open up a credit line and then pay your collection, right? So there's some advice that we just give because that's good information for someone to know. But then on the contrary, somebody may come to me and they have a whole lot of stuff that's on their credit report, and there may be some other activities that we think we can absolutely help them. And then we'll build a personal plan for them. And what they get with that is a detailed analysis, so I'll go through and literally teach them not only how to read a credit report, what are the things to look for, positive and negative, because the positive things, we need to know about that so we can repeat that behavior. Like how many of you guys went to school and took a credit class? Anybody got a degree here in credit management? Did your parents talk about it at the kitchen table? No. Okay, right. Neither did mine. So what we want to do is really educate folks on that. And then once we have identified a personal plan for them, and then we make sure that we continue to educate them, and then it's ongoing support. So I have clients that call me literally from 2006, from 2007, from 2008. You remember me? Some I do, some I don't. You know, but you help me and I have another question. So I tell my folks, I don't want a credit client for life. You know, some of you all want clients for life. I really don't. But if you have something that comes up, clients are always able to pick up the phone and call me, and I don't charge for that. So once you are my client, you're always my client. I'll review documents for you and give you suggestions on some things to do. So that ongoing support is critical in our program. So real quick, here are our services. Again, we do an initial credit assessment is for free. If in fact, or when they move into the plan, the consultation service is $199. Again, that could be for anybody that is looking to build and or maintain good credit. What we do as part of that, either all combined or pieces of these services, is we do the detailed analysis of the personal plan. We will work with their creditors to negotiate payment arrangements. How many times do we I don't know which ones to pay? You know, sometimes people come to me and they'll say, you know, whoever told me I just got to pay all of these collections off. Well, there's some things you want to pay and some things that you don't, depending on what your short and long-term goals are. But if in fact we do determine that paying something is necessary, because it's our debt most of the time, right? So sometimes we do need to do that, but sometimes we don't. Well, we'll strategically look at what accounts are necessary in order to meet their goals, and we'll negotiate with them. We are not a settlement company, and we are not a debt management company. So no clients ever pay me to pay their bills. They always stay in complete control. But I'm the liaison that will arrange that information for them. So we assist them with safely securing new credit. Everything we do is by the law. I don't have friends at the bureaus, I'm gonna tell you that right now. I don't have hookups. I believe in kind of slow and steady that wins the race, and to do things that are, again, according to the laws. And then they get unlimited access to me. So but let's say somebody comes to me and they do have some things that they need assistance with. Then we add on the dispute module, which is a monthly maintenance fee of $80. So quite reasonable to actually get on the track to credit restoration. And then we also, as part of our consulting program, I am a consultant with Prevay Legal. And so what you have in front of you, this document, is a free opportunity to get your business listed free on the GoBusiness.com website. You don't even have to have a membership or a plan as a business owner in order to have your information listed. So I encourage you to complete that and give that to me so you can get more visibility in a different location. But as part of that plan, I am very passionate about sharing that with all of my clients, because even though we have competent, wonderful attorneys, even here with Perry, some people may not be able to afford that, or may not have a case that necessarily would warrant to engage an attorney for, and they just need a quick letter or a phone call or something like that. So our plans are protect families as well as businesses. So if you have a home-based business, if you have a small business, if you are self-employed, any of those, you are eligible, or there's great, legal protection that will cover your business. And of course, identity theft. How many of you all have ever been a victim or heard of anyone being a victim of identity theft? You know how easy that identity theft can happen? I mean, I just did a change of address because I'm relocating my business, walked into the post office, no one asked me for an ID or anything. Now, if you do it online, it costs $1, but you do have to use a credit card that's attached to that address. But if you walk into the post office, so I could have went in and changed any of your addresses to some unknown address. You really wouldn't know it because you're going to still get junk mail, right?
Can you do that for me?
And so what I tell folks is identity theft is so easy that it can happen to you. Don't focus on how to avoid it. You would be a hermit and don't go anywhere, you don't talk to anybody, you don't do anything. So what you need to do is make sure you're protected, because it's something that you might not be able to avoid actually happening to you. Okay, any questions? Oh, before I go there, I just want to launch something. So, I was hoping to have this done before I present it today, because all the marketing materials in front of you is actually being completely revamped. That's why that's a temporary one. I am so excited, we're actually changing our name. We are rebranding our company. This is just a quick preview of the logo, the new logo. And so I don't know if we're going to have everything ready by next week, but there will be an announcement. All of my information will be changed. So we're really, really excited about kind of a new look and a new feel of the company, and continuing to take it and to grow. So I think now I'm going to go back to if you have any questions. And again, I know I didn't really talk about credit at the end of the day, you guys. Pay your bills on time. Keep your credit card balances below 30%. And if you do have a collection agency or anyone that may be calling you about a debt, if you know it's yours, try to settle before it ever hits your credit report. If it's not yours, then you can obviously deal with that and dispute according to the laws. But call me if you have any questions. Very quick tiplets about credit. Now, do you all understand how to engage me? Any questions? Yep.
I have a comment. Obviously, I meet with people that do this kind of stuff, and I just want to say how important this is, because I have a client right now that's going through 6 years that they have been dealing with issues from their biological father, a junior. And definitely, if you're a junior and you don't have this, I mean, his last 6 years have been misery. He's been in and out of court because his father, who was estranged from his mother, went and, has cars in his names in different cities and states, and it's incredible. It's been a nightmare for him to be able to do any savings for retirement.
Wow.
Everything's been on hold, and he has to literally change his whole name and his social security number, and he's going through that process now after 6 years.
Yeah. Well, there's two things that I thought about. Number one, the bureaus make about 80% of our consumer information across our credit reports are wrong by the credit bureaus, right? So don't assume that everything that they say about you is right. That's why you need to look at that credit report at least every year. So part of that is an issue with the way that it's reporting, because they merged his file. The other issue, obviously, is identity theft. And most cases of identity theft happen between a family member.
Wow.
It's not necessarily someone that you don't know. And it's fraud. It's illegal, especially because it sounds like he did it on purpose. But hopefully he's getting some assistance.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes on average about $6,000 and about 60 hours to correct an identity theft breach. So that's why it's nice to have protection. You can get as low as $9 a month. It's
Plus, in this instance, again, this is why what Chris does is so important, because this person didn't check their credit, and because it had been on there so long, that's why it's taken him so long to have it, because for the first 2 years, he was 21, 22, he didn't look at his credit for anything. Wow. So just, oh, I didn't get accepted, okay, response letter trash.
Yeah, we gotta look at it.
Real quick, on that same line, a lot of people say, well, I don't have any money, so it's not that big a deal if my identity is stolen. But I was thinking in line with Alana, she is always looking to medical professionals for a field. Well, one of the worst forms of identity theft that has been your medical records. People are, especially in this recession, they're stealing your medical records, and then they're getting their insurance in your name. A mother went to a doctor's office and found out she had been canceled because someone had stolen her insurance identity that was HIV positive, and her insurance company canceled her, and it took her over a year to clear up her insurance records.
Wow.
So that's just showing you the magnitude and things you've never thought of. It's not just your money, it's your health.
And when you think about identity theft, like a lot of people probably have, you have credit monitoring, you have that protection, but that only protects you for your Social Security. So if someone opens up credit in your name, that's the only identity theft protection you get. But there are 5 types, as Luther said: medical, driver's license, Social Security, which is your credit. We know that the banks, depending on where you bank, actually every bank doesn't operate the same, but if somebody takes money out of your account, which usually happens pretty regularly, they get your card or they get your number and they get money out of your account, the banks will reimburse you for that, it depending on which bank. But there are actually 5 types of identity theft. So you want to make sure that you have protection that covers everything and not just your credit if someone opens up an account. Good, thank you.